So, one thing I've been asking people is kind of about the community, right? And so, like one thing that I've been trying to do is obviously I wanted to, have great discussions and get ideas and share them, but like, like for instance, like we put out chalk around historic Roswell so that people could just create, right? And there was no instruction. It was literally like massive boxes of chalk. And you could take the chalk with you if you weren't comfortable, using, it was sealed boxes. And people like drew like beautiful phoenixes. People just drew messages and poems and scriptures and just incredible things. I'm curious, is there something that you've seen or that you've done that you thought was, that more people should do, that was like, wow, that really.
Yep. So we always joke here, and I'm actually stealing it from one of my roommates here, but Mike always says we look forward to about 5 o'clock each day because that's when we're allowed to go on our state sanctioned walk through the neighborhood. And as part of that, you start getting like glimpses how other people are kind of handling this, right? We live in a neighborhood, but very fortunate across the street from us, there's a full kind of like soccer field, tennis courts, basketball. There's like a gravel lot for like the dog to run around. And I'll tell you, like, leash laws are loosely enforced over there. So my dog gets to like run outside and everything. And like, it doesn't feel as bad, as being in quarantine. But anyways, about a week and a half in, the city of Brookhaven like padlocked everything. And it's like you can't even access soccer fields unless you hop a fence now. So that kind of got taken away. We started like branching out farther and farther. Well, at the very top of our street, and we're in a very residential area, there's a restaurant up there called Avelinos. It's at the corner of Windsor Parkway and Osborne. And it's walking distance to us. It's always been kind of like our neighborhood, like hole in the wall. Italian restaurant run by like a true like Sicilian kind of family, and they have like the best wine ever, right? Well, they were affected by like City of Brookhaven's kind of like ordinances around like takeout only, all this stuff. But you were able to see really quickly like which local businesses are going to kind of thrive because they have this like loyalty base already built. And so that's one of the businesses we patronize all the time. And, we kept going in and out there. I mean, I have like the head bartender's like cell phone number. I'll text them when I'm on my way, all this stuff, and they like know our orders. And we walked in there probably like the first Friday after like the takeout kind of order went into place. And we're like, let's go, give them some business. Like I feel bad for them. We know most of the staff. They were packed to the wall. And this was like before like the 10 or less like kind of social distancing stuff started coming out. But packed to the wall. This place is not huge, but it probably has 25 seats inside. Packed to the wall. They have an outdoor patio. And what they were doing is they were taking takeout orders, and then they were like directing you to the patio. And what they would do is they'd offer you like this wine special that like, here's our bottles, everything's 20% off, but also let's get you a drink while you're waiting too.
Nice.
And I'll tell you, that's expanded from there to I've seen a number of houses that are kind of like right around the Avelinos like parking lot up there. It's again, it's a residential area. People now set up like captain chairs, lawn chairs, like on the driveway 6 feet apart, and they're all like basically doing happy hour right around that time every day now.
That's
And
awesome.
so not only are they patronizing the business, but the community, in a sense, is getting there too. And like I've seen posts on the Nextdoor app for Linwood Park around inviting people over to their driveway, like at 5 o'clock, like on a random Wednesday. It's like, I've been here for 2 years, James. I don't know a neighbor that isn't directly next door to me. And now in the past like 2, 3 weeks, I've probably met 30 neighbors. Wow. And so like call it a negative, but like I'm a very social person, as you can tell.
Yeah.
And it's been a very interesting experience, not only to meet like other dogs in the neighborhood, but like you're literally getting invited over because apparently I guess open container laws don't exist anymore, but like you're getting invited over to all these other houses, and people are treating it like a bar crawl with social distancing throughout this giant neighborhood like every day of the week. So it's been pretty fun, I'll be honest, but not quite the chalk situation, but still a lot of
it's I mean, you're meeting people that you never would have met, right? And now you're building all these different connections. Was there anything that I can do for you?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't get enough FaceTime with Jimmy D. I said that to you when you pinged me on LinkedIn too. I was like, yeah, don't jump on this.
When you do this again?
Availability. So, I'd love just to reconnect constantly. Like I was 21 going on 22 when you met me for the first time. So we've known each other for about 5 years. That's kind of crazy to think about that. But The thing I'd say that the most part is like I've matured in my career since I've originally met you, and like the conversations we're having now are very different than the conversations we first had.
Yeah.
And one thing that like I guess I've landed on at this moment, kind of in my life over the past about a year or so, and even with the roommates I surround myself now, is like I want to like keep my network to a point where it's like the people I want to invest in, I feel like are investing back in me. There's some reciprocity there, right? And you're part of that network. And so I want to make sure that we continue having regular touch points, and not through like just a tasking standpoint, like let's check it off.
Yeah.
But like I want to hear about you. I know you want to hear about me because you say I'm an interesting person. I don't get it, but still, I think there's benefits on both sides here. But and like the most I've ever learned from you was definitely when I was considering those 2 job offers during my first kind of departure from my first employer out of college.
Yep.
And I point back to that kind of major decision point, inflection point in my life. And you were the only one that steered me towards the right answer, actually. And I was leaning towards employer B, and you told me about employer A, and you said, I think you're gonna be bored if you go to employer B, albeit it looks sexier, albeit it looks like more money, albeit it looks like the logo you want on your resume. You steered me towards the right one there. And I would have never ended up hiring my friends. I would have never created this playground around me that like truly makes work enjoyable. And I definitely wouldn't have catapulted my career to the level it is at now. And that's not due to my own actions, that's around the network that I created around myself. And random people like you plucking me for no apparent reason and saying I'm going to invest in this guy. And now that's why I want to pass on to others as well, because I've certainly benefited from relationships such as yours. So more touch points to answer your question.
More touch points, and we'll keep investing in people.
I think it's important. I mean, what was it? Rohil Babur, your network is your net worth. I don't think he coined it originally, but he definitely says it a lot to me.
It says it a lot, and I mean, it's the people, right? And it
is
giving the time, and I love it. Well, sir, I appreciate you.
Yep.
Office. I love your community that you built. So we'll definitely connect more.
Well, and I want to hear about your return trips to Africa when this thing lifts. Okay. Love to support you as always.
Yeah, no, Rwanda is a big deal. So we'll talk about it. I appreciate you.
Sounds good. See you, James.
See you, James.